Good evening. We're back on the FA Cup trail with Wrexham. They've already played 6 matches. That's normally enough to get you to Wembley. They almost fell at the very first hurdle. Colwyn Bay stunned the racecourse in round 1.
Roberts, yes! It's gone in, Graham Roberts!
The Robins hit back, though, to force a replay.
Over it comes and it's gone in! It's Brian Hughes who's equalised.
The same man was on the spot to see Wrexham through.
And it's hooked in by Brian Hughes.
In round 2, another home draw. Scunthorpe United, the visitors to North Wales, and it was a familiar FA Cup figure who saved the day with a late equaliser. He was there again when it mattered in the replay.
Watkin. He could well settle it here for Wrexham. West Ham in the next round. Watkin! The Cup hero once again.
The Premiership big boys from East London caught an early cold in round 3.
And he's managed to find the net. Brian Hughes has scored.
Unfortunately for Wrexham, Andy Marriott didn't catch anything.
And Marriott has come out and he's missed it. What a bit of a shoulder charge. Porfirio! And it's in.
Back to Upton Park then, and Wrexham's late show bursts West Ham's bubble.
Watkin. Russell, he scored! Kevin Russell with less than a minute to go.
Next stop, London Road, Peterborough in round 4. All the action coming up.
Not much longer for Woking. The header through and a touch there for Thompson. Thompson.
So this is how it looks. Wrexham and Peterborough in the FA Cup 4th round. Our main business tonight. Action as well from non-league Woking against Coventry City from the Premiership in that 3rd round replay. Manchester United and Wimbledon replay their 4th round match. And the other 4th round ties, Arsenal against Leeds, Bolton, Chesterfield, and later we'll be catching up on that snooker from Wembley. Well, Wrexham keep writing themselves into the record books. West Ham United with the last Robin scalp. Mark Bowen is a West Ham man these days, though we missed that match. Mark's also back in the Welsh squad. Comments from our man later. First, the action. Wrexham against Peterborough, an all 2nd Division FA Cup clash. The commentators at London Road, Ian Walsh and Ian Gwynn Hughes.
At stake for the winners tonight, a trip to St Andrews in the 5th round of this competition and a tie against 1st Division Birmingham City. Plenty to play for, but for both these 2nd Division clubs. Mr Posh out on the field, welcoming both the sides. The Wrexham team going over to its supporters, 2,000 and more, offering vociferous support. We've made the long journey down from North Wales for this evening's cup tie. Well, Peterborough United manager Barry Fry is forced to make changes to the team that lost 1-0 here to Walsall on Saturday in the 2nd Division. Out goes Scott Houghton and Martin Carruthers, both having hernia operations. Louis Donowa is ineligible. He's a lone player. In come Zekro, Welshman Carl Griffiths and David Morrison. As for Wrexham, Brian Flynn makes one change to the team that drew with Gillingham on Saturday. Kevin Russell comes into the middle of the park in place of Gareth Owen, who's on the bench. On loan signing from Liverpool, Lee Jones is also ineligible for the FA Cup competition. Well, Kevin Russell will always be a hero for Wrexham supporters after his wonderful strike at Upton Park sealed the famous 3rd round win over West Ham. He once spent a period on loan here at London Road with Peterborough. Peterborough now managed, of course, by the colourful Barry Fry, one of the most charismatic characters in the league, and a win here tonight would see him return to his previous club, Birmingham City, for the next round. The referee tonight is Mr Mark Halsey from Welwyn Garden City, and Mrs Wendy Toms, by the way, is one of the assistant referees. Wrexham in their change strip of white and black to kick off. The kick-off, by the way, delayed for about quarter of an hour to allow the travelling Wrexham support to get to the game on time. In the third round of the competition last season, Wrexham completely dominated proceedings, but somehow managed to lose by a goal to nil. A great deal has changed at Peterborough since then, both on and off the field. And early Wrexham pressure resulting in a free kick, and it's Peter Ward, classy left foot, who will knock this ball into the penalty area. Brian Carey has made his way. Tony Humes makes a run. It's played towards Humes. And, well, that could have gone anywhere, Ian Walsh.
Yeah, I think it came off Brian Carey in the end. But he does well, Peter Ward, from that right-hand side with his left foot, whips it into the near post. Always a difficult corner or a free kick to defend against. Lots of pace on this, lots of bend. But again, just coming off Brian Carey's shin there for a goal kick.
Really is a terrific atmosphere inside this ground. Wrexham players in a confident mood when they travelled down to Peterborough yesterday. Simon Clark with this throw for Peterborough United. Looking for the danger man, Ken Charlery. Touched away, Derek Payne. Marriott will have to be alert because Carl Griffiths, the Welshman, ever a dangerous forward. Marriott, always alert. It's a huge kick looking for Watkin. Gets the ball on. And Dutchman Bart Griemink, former Birmingham City goalkeeper, making his presence felt. The kick from Andy Marriott causing all the problems. Ryan Hughes desperate to get there, couldn't. Opportunity for Crow, down he goes. Under the challenge, and the referee no hesitation in giving a free kick to Peterborough. So danger here for Wrexham.
Well, again, it's an explosive start by both teams. Both sides wanting to go forward, trying to get this opening goal. And really a nasty challenge from Tony Humes there.
Wrexham captain giving away the free kick. That's a long-range effort from A.D. Boothroyd, but well off target, and Wrexham survive. Free kick blocked and driven well wide. No problems. Foul on Ken Charlery. Free kick to Peterborough. Looking towards Zekro. Rowe gets up well. Good shot, good save. Good turn by Carl Griffiths. Well saved by Andy Marriott. Carl Griffiths has a chance to show Barry Fry what he's capable of tonight, returning to the side.
Yeah, he's had experience at a higher level, Carl Griffith. It's a super little first touch to take it onto his left side and then a low strike with his right foot. But good save from Andy Marriott, good positioning.
Morrison asking Griffiths to chase, the former Welsh under-21 international. Carey, though, is equal to the task. Hughes is beaten by Clark. Charlery. Charlery could go all the way here, Charlery. He was put off by the presence of Peter Ward. Wrexham hesitated. I think they were concentrating on Carl Griffiths coming back onto an onside position.
Well, I think he got himself out of a problem here, really. Peter Ward knocking it back himself, but just managing to get that left foot round the ball, making the clearance.
If anything, it should have been a corner, but it's a goal kick. Strong challenge from Willis. That embrace. Ward. Carey, comfortably done, away from Morrison. McGregor, Chalk. Hughes. Touch wasn't firm enough. And Andy Edwards with the clearance. Ryan Hughes, 5 goals himself this season in the FA Cup. Very much a player in the spotlight at the moment with Wrexham. Short back to McGregor. Throw heads clear, picked up by Peter Ward. Dead embrace. Connolly's touch. Russell, neat play. Maybe just too far ahead, but it gets to Steve Watkin. And Brian Hughes had just taken up a position in front of him, wanted the ball, but Watkin didn't see him, and went for goal himself.
This is always going to be a difficult chance for Steve Watkin. Carl Connolly does very well, very brave there, but really just too close to his feet for Steve to get a good shot on goal.
Watkin, though, confident enough to have a go at goal. Simon Clark. Charlery's there. Zeke Rowe with a header. He got it well above that embrace. Forced Marriott into the save, but it wasn't powerful enough to beat the goalkeeper.
And this could be a danger area for Wrexham, because Zeke Rowe at the far post is a lot bigger than Darren Brace, and really if Peterborough knock the balls high and long to the far post, it could be a bit of danger.
Willis, Charlery. The danger man, Ken Charlery. Rose taking up a useful position on the right. Charlery makes his way into the penalty area. Boothroyd. And a chance for Chalk to create something for Wrexham. Watkin to Chalk again. Ryan Hughes, it's all too tight really. Now then, Carl Griffiths needs to be quick. Brian Hughes losing possession in a dangerous part of the field, and suddenly Wrexham under pressure from Carl Griffiths.
Got to be very careful, Wrexham, not to give silly passes away. And again, Carl Griffiths trying to chip Andy Marriott. Maybe the wrong option, should have hit it hard and low. But Wrexham giving the ball away too easily in midfield.
Ryan Carey having to defend Morrison. In the danger area, back to Charlery. Wrexham struggling to clear this ball. Charlery again. Across it goes, only needed a touch. Roger Willis. A touch, I think, and that would have been 1-0. The ball was played across. There were a couple of Peterborough players there who could have capitalised. They didn't.
Well, they should score from this, really. It's a great ball. Nightmare for defenders and goalkeeper to defend against. And Roger Willis, really, he's got to see that a lot earlier and get into a goal-scoring position. Really got to go for it with more conviction. Great chance for Peterborough.
Just dropped ahead of Carl Griffiths first of all, but Roger Willis completely taken by surprise. Griffiths, though, good touch to Rowe. Rowe plays it forward, there's not offside, no offside, and it's in! Wrexham looked for offside, but Ken Charlery didn't hesitate. He took it around Andy Marriott, and with 20 minutes gone, Peterborough's prolific goal scorer gives them the lead. But Wrexham look to the linesman, and I'm sure there's a suspicion, if not more than a suspicion, of offside about that goal.
Well, we can have another look at this here. Well, really very difficult to see whether that was offside, but they had their luck a few moments ago, Wrexham. And really, you can't afford to let players drift in behind you that easily. Ken Charlery has been about the scene for many years, good finisher, and took it very calmly.
Ken Charlery, he's a hero here. And Ken Chowdhury has had great success in the Cup this season, and he's added to his tally this evening. Well, Wrexham have had to show character on so many occasions this season in both League and Cup, and they've been behind against the likes of Colwyn Bay, against Scunthorpe, went behind against West Ham, but they've got to show character this evening. And it's a complete contrast to last year's game, where Wrexham was so dominant. They haven't been able to really put great pressure on Peterborough so far. Things could change though. Ward, strong challenge. Payne, Willis, straight to Carey. Whether Chowdhury was offside or not, he took it well. Showed his coolness and his experience. Chalk. Watkin. That embrace. Russell. Hughes. Ryan Hughes looking for Chalk. It's a Wrexham corner. Their first of the game. And it's Peter Ward who'll go across to take the corner for Wrexham. Into the penalty area. Now ventured Brian Carey and Tony Hughes. Ward's corner, looking for Carey. Not too convincingly dealt with by Greenink. Connolly. Powerful header, yes! It's the equaliser. Wrexham have hit back superbly. Peter Ward, he doesn't score that often with a header, but he made no mistake on that particular occasion. And Peter Ward has given Wrexham the perfect response.
Well, I was about to say it's a great response. This is a super header. You know, keeper's got no chance, right in off the stanchion. What a great header. Peter Ward normally just sits in midfield. Lots of bodies going in there. But Connolly just picks his time, takes his time into the far post. What's this for a header? Bending into the top corner. Superb finish.
They're a far happier travelling support now than a couple of minutes ago. Russell. Ward. That embrace. Ward wants the return pass. Watkin, good touch. Connolly. Ward. Good play by Hughes, good turn. That was good football all round from Wrexham. Brian Hughes, just in one instance, spun, and his shot wasn't too far away.
This boy's got a lot of talent, Brian Hughes. Very well balanced on both sides. Little tickle around the side and a good strike. Just bobbled up slightly as he was about to strike the ball. But this is a super little turn here. Just tickles it around the corner. Just didn't get his body over the ball to keep it down.
Connolly. Neat little turn. Looking for Watkin, could drop for Kevin Russell. Good save. Visions of West Ham all over again, I think, when that ball dropped for Kevin Russell. This time, Bart Grimming was equal to the shot.
Yeah, it's nearly West Ham all over again here. Carey doing very well to knock it down. Again, this is a super strike, but the keeper in a good position, 6 yards off his line, narrowing the angle down, knocks it wide.
Danger isn't over though, it's Chalk. So still exerting pressure, it's a good cross, and it's away for the second Wrexham corner in this first half. Bodley having to concede that corner. Brian Carey is up, he's being watched by Andy Edwards. Headed down. And that was a chance for Tony Hughes. Just threw himself at the ball. And maybe he'll be disappointed he didn't hit the target.
Well, all the Peterborough players thinking this is going to the middle of the goal. Martin Chalk at the far post knocking it down. But you've got to say that's a brave header, because Roger Willis's boot was really in his Tony Hughes's face there. Martin Chalk just drifting unmarked. Yeah, but again, you've got to say from that angle, it's a better chance.
Connolly just given away, handball by Kevin Russell. And it's a Peterborough free kick with less than a minute till half-time. Roger Willis has made his way to the edge of the penalty area, so too has Andy Edwards. Boothroyd with the kick, in comes the header, good save by Marriott. Carl Griffiths' header, and the Welsh international reacted well.
Well, again, it's all about pace from the cross. Super header again, but Marriott does very well, just tipping the crossbar. Pressure for Wrexham now.
Into injury time, and it's Andy Edwards with a final touch. And relief for the Wrexham defence. It's a goal kick. Away by Willis. There's Mick Bodley with the clearance. Carey. Peterborough looking for offside, wasn't given. Russell. Kevin Russell, the gap has opened. Russell shot. But Grimming was well positioned on his 6-yard line and dealt with that effort comfortably from Kevin Russell.
Well, Peterborough do like to play the offside. They push it quickly. Kevin Russell doing very well, just half a yard. Good save from the keeper because it just bounced in front of him.
Three minutes of injury time played. Quite sure where the referee has found the extra 3 minutes, but he's the man in charge, and Andy Marriott will take this free kick. And that free kick from Andy Marriott is the last action. What's been quite an exciting and eventful first half here at London Road. Ken Charlery giving Peterborough the lead, a suspicion of offside, but he took it well. Rounded Andy Marriott to put Peterborough ahead, but then a terrific header really from Peter Ward from a Carl Connolly cross on the left means that at half-time they go in level here at Peterborough. It's Peterborough United 1, Wrexham 1. In every round of this season's competition, Wrexham have progressed after a replay against Colwyn Bay, Scunthorpe and West Ham. Should it end level here after 90 minutes, there'll be a replay at the racecourse a week on Saturday. And Wrexham, by the way, are back here at London Road next Tuesday in a second division league fixture. That's very much not on their mind at the moment. They'll have to defend this Brian Carey under pressure, but I think Roger Willis adjudged to have fouled as that throw was played into the penalty area. And the referee penalises Willis for the challenge on Tony Hughes.
I think you'll find that Roger Willis swings his hips a little bit too early here. Gives the free kick away at the near post.
Willis straight back in the action. Charlery, away by McGregor. Good clearance by the young Wrexham defender. And Tony Hughes again adjudged to a foul. I don't think the Wrexham captain can quite believe the decision, but went for the ball with Ken Charlery, who's a real handful. The referee awarding the free kick. Now then, this is dangerous for Wrexham. Can they bring everyone back behind the ball? Derek Payne is there. So too is Morrison. Plenty of jostling in that penalty area. Morrison steps up. Well struck, saved by Marriott. He couldn't hold on to it. And it's Carl Griffiths who's reacted quicker than anyone else. And with only 2.5 minutes gone of the second half, Peterborough are back in the lead.
Well, really, Wrexham has started off very slowly in this second half. Andy Marriott's got to get hold of that. But a good poaching goal from the striker there, Carl Griffiths, finishing off from a couple of yards. Difficult ball to save, just bouncing in front of Andy Marriott, but a quality keeper should get hold of that. Carl Griffiths just following up an easy goal for him, really.
Willis. Boothroyd. Strong challenge from Hughes, but it doesn't drop Wrexham's way. Willis set himself up for the shot. Bodley got there first. Morrison. His free kick led to the goal. Dangerous cross away by Carey. Wrexham player Tony Humes is down injured. Referees allowing play to go on. That leaves a gap in the heart of the Wrexham defence. They could be punished here. But David Morrison never really got hold of that shot properly. And that allows Mel Pejic time to come on and tend to Tony Humes. That's Ken Charlery too, I think, or Jimmy Willis, or Roger Willis needs attention as well.
When this ball goes down, David Morrison, left-sided player, and I think normally uses his right foot just to stand on, but it was a poor effort.
Watkin. Free kick given against Bodley, was climbing all over Steve Watkin. Wrexham could well depend on the accuracy of Peter Ward from here. He's already hit back once, Peter Ward, with a terrific header. Good strike! Great save. Well, Peter Ward's got a fantastic left foot. He scored some spectacular goals. He wasn't too far away then.
Again, full of confidence, already got one goal. Nearly going into the top corner for him. Good strike, plenty of pace, plenty of bend on the ball.
Ward immediately back in the action with the corner. It's not dealt with comfortably by the keeper. Carey. Good header by Zekro. Ward again. Plenty of Wrexham pressure. They need the ball in the area. Carey's header. Comfortably dealt with in the end by Grimmink.
The ball eventually comes back into Brian Carey. It's a very difficult ball to get a lot of power on when you're being marked so tightly. Just didn't time it right, and no problem for the Peterborough goalkeeper.
Wrexham. And it's Steve Watkin who's penalised. Made his name in the FA Cup, Steve Watkin, of course, with that dramatic winner against Arsenal, and saved Wrexham against the Scunthorpe at the racecourse this season. Delighted Peterborough support. 10 minutes into the second half, Peterborough leading 2-1. Tony Humes seemingly struggling there. He is limping badly. Morrison. Good cross. Good header. It's done. off the line. Carey, I think, with a clearance. And a real let-off for Wrexham. But Tony Humes is limping badly in the heart of that defence. And that can't be helping Wrexham's cause. Oh, and Peter Ward is caught late there by Andy Edwards. And that'll be another booking. Ward is in some discomfort. But this is the opportunity which presented itself to Peterborough.
And again, against a flighted ball into the far post. Ken Charlie getting up at the far post, winning the header. But a lot of Wrexham defenders in there doing well, clearing the danger.
That's the foul on Peter Ward, with Andy Edwards committed to the challenge. Caught the Wrexham player and was promptly booked. Kevin Russell. Ryan Hughes. Chalk. And it's a touchdown, yes! It's Steve Watkin. He's equalised again. Much to delight of the Wrexham supporters behind that goal. And it's Steve Watkin who, as we have said earlier, has made his name in the FA Cup, and he's brought Wrexham level.
Well, a striker's goal again from Steve Watkin, just getting half a yard in front of the defender. And how often is he going to do that in the FA Cup? Little flick tender from Brian Hughes there. How about that for a striker's goal? Off balance, going away from goal, just gets that all-important touch with his left foot. Just tickle it into the bottom corner.
Martin Chalk with a header. And, well, finished really well by Steve Watkin. It's been a dramatic start to the second half. 2 goals. Chalk now. Good cross, Kevin Russell. Yes! Oh, yes! It's Kevin Russell again. What scenes here! The man who scored the winner at West Ham, quite dramatically, but within 30 seconds of Steve Watkin equalising, has given Wrexham the lead. What a goal from Kevin Russell.
Well, Martin Chalk, really the first time with a bit of space in front of him to go at defenders. And really, I think Kevin Russell does wonderfully well there, because he tells everybody on this run to get out of the way. It's his ball. He just flicks it over the goalkeeper, in off the crossbar. 2 great goals for Wrexham in a short period of time.
Well, this is the reaction of Barry Fry. He's making 2 substitutions. And it's, well, Marcus Ebden is coming on. Morrison and Rowe have gone off. And it's number 12, Chris Cleaver. And indeed, there's 3 substitutes have come on. The 3rd has come on to the centre of the field, will be Greg Heald. Meanwhile, it's Simon Clark with this free kick for Peterborough. It's away by Carl Connolly. Back comes Simon Clark. Touch from Connolly was enough. Ward giving away those straight to Bodley. Clark. Tony Humes is struggling. Peter Ward's presence was enough. Connolly. Given away by Connolly, though. He dwelt rather on possession. Opportunity here. Marriott saves from Charlie. How crucial could that save be, I wonder? A warning there definitely for Wrexham, but it's end-to-end now. Watkins gone through the middle. Chalk. Watkins continued his run. Tries to get behind Bodley, who concedes the throw. Payne trying to keep the ball in play. Wrexham throw again. Wrexham have been given a free kick by the referee. Chalk and Ward. Ward. Russell. Russell! Oh, Kevin Russell! His second goal! Wrexham's fourth. And this cup tie has quite dramatically been turned on its head. And it's Kevin Russell. And Bart Greenwick just cannot believe it. And it's Rooster who maybe has taken Wrexham into the next round.
Well, still a long way to go. This is a superb finish. Heading out, all-important first touch here. Sets him up onto his right foot. Drills it into the bottom corner of the net. But it was the first touch from Kevin Russell was the important touch. Watch this. Out of his feet, sets himself up and picks his spot in the bottom corner.
As you quite rightly say, there's a long way to go, but I can't remember a game being turned on its head so dramatically and so quickly.
Well, these are games between Peterborough and Wrexham over the years. Always something happening all the time in the match.
Derek Payne as Peterborough trying to get back into this game. They need a goal desperately. Ebden, though, concedes possession. And, well, it's a late challenge. The Wrexham players are angered by that challenge. I think it's on Peter Ward. And Marcus Ebden's first contribution, I would imagine, is to be booked. Difficult to say from here, but it was late. It's a yellow card. Frustration, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's frustration. He had set himself up for a shot, but that's a reckless challenge. You know, some referees would have sent Marcus Ebden off for that. That's two-footed from about 4 yards, you know, above the knee. That's a reckless challenge.
Willis. Chance here, good challenge coming in again. Saved by Marriott. Danger is far from over. Wrexham far from convincing. Deflection off Tony Humes. The header from Payne. Corner. But a warning for Wrexham. This game is far from over.
This is a superb save from Andy Marriott, you know. From Ebden on as a serve down to his left-hand side, making up for the mistake.
Still the danger isn't over. Bodies everywhere. Appeals for handball. Still they can't clear. It's blocked again. Well, the Wrexham goal is leading a charmed life, to say the least. And it's not over yet. Back come Peterborough. Away by Watkin this time. And Kevin Russell. Only though as far as Ebden. Well then, dead embrace. Looking for Chalk.
It's a fantastic cup tie, and really it's anywhere the clearance for Wrexham at the moment. They've got to try to just settle themselves down. They're too deep on the goalkeeper.
Offside given against Cleaver by Wendy Toms. What a change in emotion. They looked down and out when Carl Griffiths made it 2-1. They were delighted. Derek Payne went the corner. Marriott has stayed on his line. Again, Wrexham not too convincingly trying to clear. Suspicion of handball, but the referee was really well placed and didn't react at all. Free kick against Chalk. Andy Edwards. Edwards will again just knock that ball towards the edge of the Wrexham penalty area. Again, the flick is on. Carey's missed it. Marriott goes down.
Again, it's the Wrexham players find it very difficult to get it away. Chance, hands up. Some refs would have given that.
I think you've seen enough to suggest that this game is far from over, despite Wrexham's 4-2 lead. Simon Clark. Quarter of an hour to go between Wrexham and the trip to St Andrews. Willis, though. Charlery. It's blocked, and it's away. It's dead embrace. Penalty! Well, he's given a free kick for obstruction, I presume. We'll have to have a look at that incident again. Peterborough supporters around us feel aggrieved, to say the least. But nevertheless, it's still danger for Wrexham. The challenge was made, the player went down, and well, the Peterborough players looked to the referee for a penalty. The referee gave a free kick. Griffiths wasn't too far away, but that will be a point of discussion after the game.
To be fair, they've had enough chances, Peterborough, to get themselves a goal. Just that one drifting over the crossbar. But I'm sure if Brian Flynn or even Joey Jones was out on that field now, you know, they'd be really concerned about how they're defending. Giving far too much space. Charlery, a couple of moments ago, had so much time and space in the penalty box.
Ebden. Willis. Good interception though for Wrexham again by Brian Hughes. Now that the break is on here, he's got Watkin to his right. He might go all the way here. Brian Hughes, he could settle it now. Brian Hughes, that would have been an outstanding goal, but he was denied at the end by Bart Grimming. But what a superb run by Brian Hughes.
Well, this was worth the admission on its own here. Showing good balance, knowing exactly what he's going to do. Just didn't tickle it away from the goalkeeper there. What a goal that would have been.
Seemingly, it's a tip to Birmingham in round 5.
Yeah, and that's not beyond them. You know, Birmingham, they can be hot and cold. And if Wrexham play at their best, I think they can get something out of that game as well.
Carey's clearance straight at Simon Clark. Humes is there. Willis from distance, good shots, again not too far away, and since going 4-2 up, Wrexham, that is, the majority of the action has been in their own goal mouth.
I think when Barry Fry counts the opportunities they've had to score goals, especially in this second half, I think he'll be a very frustrated manager.
I think they sense victory on the bench, and they'll be delighted. We've had a minute and a half of injury time. Referee again looks at his watch, and there'll be a huge roar from the Wrexham contingent, and the final whistle is blown. Cleaver, Hughes, Russell, 2 goals, so changed this game. Both sides battling away until the final seconds. Carey just touched this ball back to Marriott. Under pressure from Ken Charlery. Payne. And it's revenge, Ian, for last season's defeat in the Cup at this very ground. There could be a 5th goal on here. Russell could get his hat-trick if he's fed at the right time by Watkin. Well, he gets the ball, but not when he would have wished to receive it, I'm sure. everything away, making life difficult. It's a Peterborough throw, and a bit of wrestling between Greg Heal and Kevin Russell. In a very competitive game.
Yes, Kevin Russell having a little bit of fun, trying to waste as much time as he can in the corner.
And that's it. That's the final action. The referee blows the whistle, and there's the hero for Wrexham, the goal-scoring hero. 2 goals from Kevin Russell, the super sub at Upton Park. He was in the starting lineup this evening, and when Wrexham went 2-1 down, when Carl Griffiths made it 2-1, it looked an uphill battle. But Kevin Russell really transformed the game with 2 goals. He'll milk the applause, and Wrexham, Ian Walsh, through to the next round.
Well, I think you can say about all the Wrexham players, they performed wonderfully well on the night. But there's the man that just had that little bit of quality, little bit of class in front of goal that changed things for Wrexham in the second half.
What a cup tie.
Yeah, it was quite a magnificent match in every aspect. Obviously, we've won the game. We've come from being goals behind, showed tremendous character and commitment, and in the end, deservedly won.
Yes, you don't make things easy for yourselves in the cup this season, do you?
Well, I thought, well, it's going to be a draw. If things went to form, it was going to be a draw, and we go back to the racecourse. But and our record here, which, to be honest, since I've been manager, has been abysmal. I don't think we've even got a point from this ground. But to come here and play the way we did, there was a level of criticism at us on Saturday where we didn't play well. But I think as I said, the best word to describe today's performance is magnificent.
I mean, 2-1 down at the start of the second half. The transformation was incredible with those 3 goals.
Well, to score 3 goals in quick succession is obviously it's a nice bonus. But the way that we did it, the finishing was actually, obviously, Kevin Russell's goals influenced the game again. But all round, a sense of elation having come here and play the way we did.
What about those 2 goals?
Yeah, I could have had hat-trick, really. The one in the first half that I had, I struck that really well. I thought that one was in. And then the 2 after that, I was really pleased with. At the moment, you have this bit of run, everything like it seems to go in at the moment, and I just hope it continues.
Because the first one, it was a difficult one, wasn't it? The ball came at you quite hard.
Yeah, out of both the goals, the first one I think was the better of the 2. We started to move deep in our own half. Chalky's got a good crossing. I've arrived just at the right time, and it was just a matter of trying to make good contact with it, and it just went in the top corner. And I was more pleased with that than the second one. Really, it was more harder of a chance.
Once you'd gone 4-2 up, a few anxious moments at the other end. Then they threw everything at you, didn't they?
Well, that's typical of Barry Fry's team. I think they went up 6 up front. I think they did at one stage. They just said, well, get the ball forward. And they had chances, and Andy Murray had to make a couple of good saves, So it was important for us at that time that they didn't get a goal, because if it went to 4-3, who knows what would have happened.
And there's ample revenge for last season's defeat.
Yeah, we played, in fact, last year when we lost 1-0, we played better on that day than we did tonight, and we lost 1-0 to a freak goal from a corner. So in many ways it's nice coming back here and getting a result like that.
The run goes on. It's Birmingham City away now.
Yes, it's going to be nice. Big stadium, big first division club. Obviously we've spoiled 1 or 2 people. Obviously Barry wanted to go back to Birmingham, but that's football, isn't it? It's going to be another good day out. I'm sure we'll take 4,000 or 5,000 fans to St Andrews, and it'll be another good day out.
Well, they've done it again, Mark, and I suppose that's a result that makes Harry Redknapp feel not so bad about events at Upton Park.
Yeah, I think so. I thought they did fantastic tonight. Everybody knew their jobs. They worked really hard. They won midfield battle. That was the main thing, I thought. Peter Ward, especially midfield, a great game. Russell again, fantastic. They really did win that battle, and who knows how far they can go.
Well, they came back from twice being down, didn't they? 1-0, 2-1.
Yeah, I think it just shows the spirit they've got in the side. They went down there the first 20 minutes, they struggled to get to grips with things, but from then on, the belief sort of grew and grew, and they just took the game to them.
OK, let's have a look at those goals again, because some real crackers coming up here. This is the first one, scored by Peter Ward.
Yeah, he did tremendously well, even more so because he took a bump. I think it was 30 seconds before that, and all of a sudden he's getting himself in the box, and, brave as a lion to get in there, get the header in on goal.
Terrifically powerful header. That levelled at 1-1. And Carl Griffiths scored for Peterborough. And Steve Watkin came in with a great finish.
Yeah, he did very well. I mean, if you look at the top of the picture there as the ball was headed into the box. It's anticipation from a striker. He's getting in there in front of the defender, believing that the ball's going to drop in front of goal for himself.
This is the man of the moment, as you say, Kevin Russell. Great cross.
Great cross and a great finish, you know. It's amazing that the FA Cup seems to throw at fairy tale people every year, doesn't it? And, you know, this year could be his year to be the superstar, if you like, in the FA Cup.
Fabulous finish that. Well, that made it 3-2. And, of course, the finish, this wasn't too dissimilar from the one at Upton Park, was it?
No, I think, you know, Paul Crater, the fella, the one at Upton Park was on his left foot and stopped his right foot then, and who knows what foot's his best foot. He just lashed it in the bottom corner. Yeah.
How wide do you see the difference then, Mark, between Premiership football and a side like Wrexham?
Well, I think, you know, on any given day, a team like Wrexham can go to any side and beat them. You know, they've got a big game in the next round, as Brian said. They've got Birmingham, but, you know, they can go there and work hard, and I'm sure they'll come away with some result. Yeah. 2 penalty incidents in that match we can have a look at now that might well have been a penalty. Now, was this a handball? Well, I think possibly, you know, the referee would have he was right on the spot, and I don't think he could have had any complaints there if he'd have given the penalty. He's gone up for the ball there with his hand high, if you like, and I think he's a bit fortunate to get away with that one. That hit Brian Carey, of course, and an indirect free kick was given. Yeah, again, I mean, my first reaction from watching that was, yeah, definite penalty, but the referee's right on the spot. He's done his job well. I mean, he's given the indirect free kick for obstruction. Again, it could have gone either way, and I mean, luckily for Wrexham, he's given the free kick instead of the penalty, because that would have brought them right back into the game. I mean, it was a very good game because, as you say, in the midfield, Wrexham had a lot of space. They used it, and they used it with pace as well, didn't they? They did. I mean, I was very impressed with Peter Ward again tonight. I mean, I watched the game at West Ham. Thought he was the best player on the day there. Yeah. He seemed to control things. When the ball goes through him, he controls it, keeps the possession for his side. And Kevin Russell as well, he bombs on and gets on the end of things on the edge of the box, and he's scoring goals. I know that you didn't play in that match, but what was the reaction from Harry Redknapp and the boys, Mark? Well, disappointed, very disappointed, obviously. We didn't think we performed well on the day, but, I mean, they didn't really allow West Ham to perform, you know. They sort of came with the job, as I said, Brian Flynn, he got the lads working together, they knew their jobs, they shut down West Ham all over the park. And I'd say, who's to say how far they can go in the Cup if they keep doing things like that? Yeah, well, one of their heroes tonight was Andy Marriott. Had a fine game in goal, didn't he? Made some great saves. Yeah, I mean, he fluffed the goal, the second goal for them. He dropped it at Carl Griffiths' feet, but from then on, he never put a foot wrong, really. Saved everything that was thrown at him, especially the last 20 minutes, half hour, when Peterborough threw everything at Wrexham, and he seemed to get in the way of everything and did tremendously well. Great save, this. Yes, yeah, getting down with his feet again in the box. Of course, Andy Marriott will not be in the Welsh squad. He's not in the Welsh squad for the game against the Republic of Ireland. He's on duty for Wrexham. But, you know, the man who's come up as an understudy to Neville Southall's been there all these years, it must be encouraging to see boys like this. Yeah, I mean, Andy's he's done a great job for Wrexham. He's done a great job when he's come into the squad. He's learned a lot off Nev, I think. And he's got a big future ahead of him. We've also got Mark Crossley coming into the squad. And competition for places. Yeah, well, competition for places. You're back in the Wales squad. Well done. Delighted. Thanks. Feel good, yeah? Yeah, very much so. Smashing. Well done, Mark.
After their exploits against West Ham, Wrexham must have fancied their chances at Peterborough, but it didn't start too well. Rowe's superb through ball caught Wrexham. They seemed to be waiting for the offside flag, and Ken Charlery made the most of his opening. But Brian Flynn's renowned cup fighters were level within minutes. Peterborough's defence failed to clear the corner, and Connolly's cross was beautifully flighted. Peter Ward was the man who did the rest, thumping in his header. But this tie overflowed with end-to-end Rocky-style action, and Peterborough recaptured the lead when Morrison set up this chance for Carl Griffiths. The Ravanelli-style celebrations followed, and his radar somehow found Barry Fry for a touchline embrace. But Wrexham's response was just as furious, and the next couple of minutes effectively won them the tie. First, Steve Watkin pounced to level it. And almost immediately, the Welsh side scored again with the goal of the tie. Now, Kevin Russell is a name which rolls off the tongue of West Ham fans. And after that volley, his notoriety has now travelled up the A1. But neither Wrexham nor Russell were finished yet. The fourth goal ruined Barry Fry's hopes of a trip back to Birmingham, but sent a warning note to Trevor Francis from the Welsh Dragons. Russell's 25-yard shot underlining their pedigree as remarkable cup fighters and his own status as the man to watch in the FA Cup.
Harry Gratian reporting there. Well, the picture for the 5th round is looking a little clearer now. Wimbledon's win gives them a home draw against QPR. Leeds entertain Portsmouth. Wrexham travel to Birmingham and Chesterfield play Forest in a local derby. Coventry, after their win at Woking, now face a 4th round tie at Blackburn for the right to play Derby. Tonight's results mean that for the first time in 22 years, none of English football's traditional Big Five will appear in the FA Cup final. Defeats for Manchester United and Arsenal follow those earlier in the competition of Liverpool, Tottenham and Everton. The last cup final without one of those 5 clubs was in 1975, when West Ham beat Fulham 2-0.